Hey, and welcome to video number 3. We're going to be talking about the Timeline Anatomy 101, just so you can understand how Facebook Timeline works, so you can get an idea of how yours should look like as well. So we're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're going to follow companies that are doing well, who invest millions into marketing. And as we go along, you're going to be able to see a pattern here, and you're going to be seeing a pattern and what successful companies are doing and how you can follow this pattern and implement it in your own Facebook timeline. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to talk about is the cover image. So in this example, we're going to use Coca-Cola, and as you can see here, the cover image, this image takes up most of the prime virtual real estate at the very top. So you want to make sure that you choose the right cover image, and I'll talk more about that and strategies and so forth in the future videos. Now this spot here is the profile pics, so you want to make sure that you choose a cover image and realize that this spot here is going to be covered by the profile pic. Now there are several things that you can and cannot do, and one of the things that you cannot do with these cover images is you cannot contain call to actions or any type of promotional material. Now there is a way around this, and there are some things that you can do, and we'll talk more about that in the future videos. This is the profile pic, and as you can see here, Coca-Cola has put the profile pic over here where this white box is, and the profile pic you can include just about anything, but there will be certain things that you want to include. You'll notice here with Coca-Cola that they included the Coca-Cola end product. This is the messaging feature. The messaging feature is great. What this messaging feature is all about is this. If you create a Facebook timeline, and let's say you're, for example, Coca-Cola, in this example, if I want to contact and send feedback to Coca-Cola, I can actually do that simply by clicking the message link and clicking on the send feedback right here. So this definitely takes it one step further and allows you to communicate with your fans and communicate customer support and this and that. But the only thing is you can message the owner of the page. However, the owner of the page cannot message back unless a fan contacts the owner. So in other words, the owner cannot build their page super fast and just start contacting everybody. The owner must be contacted first. This is the About section, and this is located in the top left area right below the profile pic and the cover image. And as you can see, this area is very small, but you want to make sure that you include a quality post. Now the About section, as you can see here, is definitely prime real estate as well in terms of text. And there's stuff that we're going to talk about, the things that you can and cannot do and what you should do. This is the custom icons for third-party apps, and there's some tips that I'm going to share with you, but this thing is located right in the middle to the right under the cover image. Right under that section is friends who like the page. Now this adds some social proof. In this example, I go to Coca-Cola and I can see that 8 friends are fans of Coca-Cola. So that tells me, hey, you know, I got 8 friends that are part of Coca-Cola. Why not join as well? So that kind of adds a social proof and allows you to sell yourself indirectly. Pinning a post is normally what happens is you get a post. Now you don't want to pin just about any post. You want to pin a quality post because you don't want to affect your edge rank. And we're going to talk more about that later on. But basically, if you pin a post, that post will be valid for 7 days, and it will appear on the top of your posts. And of course, last but not least, we have milestones. Milestones are basically dates of events and things that happen in the history of your lifetime or your business. And milestones, in this case, enable your fans to find more information about you as a business or as a company or person. And you can go all the way back to the 1800s, and as you can see here with the Coca-Cola, January 27th, 1893, you can see the milestones here. So that concludes the end of the anatomy of a Facebook timeline. Now you understand it, you can tackle it at a much more easier way.